These Spanish croquetas are made with leftover chicken pieces and veg, but you can make them fully vegan. First of all, shred the chicken pieces that are already cooked, and all of the other veg needs to be chopped small, and then you put them into a food processor to make them even smaller. This small size helps these to hold together. And then you're going to fry all of it together until it sticks to the bottom of the pan and develops flavour. But make sure that you keep moving it on the bottom of the pan. I'm frying here with a little bit of oil. Then take it off the heat when it starts to stick and add butter and corn flour. You're making a bechamel sauce to bind it all together. And you fry this until again it starts to stick and the butter starts to melt. We don't want it to burn to the bottom of the pan, as soon as it starts to stick, take it off the hob and add milk, and this will then create a gloopy bechamel sauce. It's got to be quite thick, and you want it not to stick to the bottom of the pan now. That's very important. So all those bits that were stuck to the bottom of the pan will be dissolved into the sauce. Keep it moving, and as soon as it starts to thicken, it's ready to take off the heat and cool so that it will firm up. This is actually called retrogradation. Amazing bit of chemistry with a gelatinized sauce. And so once you've got a nice thick bechamel sauce, it's ready to cool. And the cooling stage needs to happen quite quickly. You put it into a shallow dish until it's completely firm and ready to be moulded. At this stage it doesn't look very appetizing, but when you've enrobed them with a nice fried breadcrumb mixture, it's good. And then to cool this quickly, don't put it in your fridge first. It's got to come to room temperature first. So get it nice and thin so that it's got a large surface area to cool quickly. And then this can be sunk into a bowl of water to draw the heat off. This is called thermodynamics. So that's drawing the heat off, and then it can be cooled. And once it's mouldable and cool, you're going to enrobe it. The flour is there to actually help it to stick to the egg. So mould them all first and put them in flour and cover them completely in flour. Get a nice shape at this stage, and this is where the size of the pieces inside matter, because if they're big pieces they won't mould very well. Once you've covered them completely in flour, this flour can be seasoned with a pinch of salt or some spices. Then you're going to put them into the egg, and that basically sticks to the flour, and then the egg makes the breadcrumbs stick to the egg. And so you have this layered, enrobed casing, which makes them look really nice and holds the whole thing together like a finger food. I try to keep one hand free of the egg. It doesn't always work, but it basically means that you don't get gunky very quickly. And then I use a spoon to cover the croquetas with the breadcrumbs. You can use panko breadcrumbs here. It makes it a little bit posher. And then make sure it's all completely enrobed top to tip, and also on the sides. And then put them to one side on a tray, and they can be frozen at this stage, or you can chill them if the mixture is starting to go sticky and gloopy. Once you've enrobed them and you've used all your breadcrumbs up, you can double enrobe if you want to and put them back into the egg and back into the breadcrumbs for a double enrobe, but it's not really necessary. It just adds more crunch. You're then going to deep fry them. Now for deep frying, I use a wok so that it's easily accessible. Put a bit of breadcrumbs in. If it fizzes, the oil is ready. Don't walk away from the oil. This is a massive fire hazard. Sink them in, and they should fizz like that around the outside. If the oil starts to smoke, then turn it down. So this is at the highest level to begin with, and then keep them moving, otherwise they get hot spots because they sink to the bottom of the wok. So keep them moving and use your slotted spoon at arm's length. The slotted spoon stops the grease from sticking, when you fish them out. Have everything ready for the fishing out stage. So I have a plate with some paper on it to absorb most of the grease and keeps them nice and dry and crispy, not greasy. It's very important not to overfill your wok as well, because that's a fire hazard. And the fizzing, the sizzling, that's the level it should be at. And when it's done, you can eat them cold or hot, and you can see the insides bound together. Serve them with a salad and some mayonnaise, spice the mayonnaise up, and they can be fully veganised with butter beans and plant milk instead.